wrong for laughing at my friend's future baby's name? My 24 female, best friend 24 female, Amber, is pregnant with a baby girl, and she told me that the name was already decided, but it was a secret for the moment. She wanted to tell me first that the name she chose was Privilege. I started laughing because the name sounds really stupid to me. She is really mad at me for my reaction. I can't really ask for feedback from our other friend because I can't tell them the name. My mother thinks that the name is not so bad and that I was mean, but my dad agrees with me. Amber says that people have always told her that she is so privileged for being so pretty and having a family so rich, but that she never felt really privileged until she felt her daughter inside of her. The name is meant to represent that. I respect that, but I think the name is really unusual and that poor girl will probably get bullied because of it eventually. Also, I think the idea of privilege is linked to a lot of people in the United States to the notion of white privilege. And if the daughter looks like Amber, who is really white and blonde, that name could be bad for her. Maybe nothing of this is my problem, but she is my friend and I worry about her and her baby. So, am I the asshole? Am I wrong for banning my dad from bringing my mom to my wedding? So I, 24 male, am getting married this summer to my beautiful fiance Holly, 25 female. I'm an only child. My mom, dad, and I always felt like we had a very good relationship from the outside. But when I was 14, my mom cheated on my dad with a family friend. It absolutely broke my dad, and my mom became almost unrecognizable afterwards. She was a great mom and always felt like she was affectionate with my dad. But she became cold right after everything came out. My parents tried counseling, but my dad couldn't look at her. The divorce was horrible. My mom went after my dad so hard. Tried to get majority custody, tried to financially screw him over too. And to top everything off, she kept dating the family friend. I told her from day one that I wouldn't be dealing with her anymore if she kept dating that guy. So at around 15, I started living with my dad full time. He was still in a vulnerable spot, but together we started working out and doing things to keep him busy. It took years, but my dad got back to his old self. I spoke to my mom occasionally, even though she lived a couple of blocks away. She would call all the time and try to meet up, but I basically told her to F off and to start a new family because I had no interest in being around someone like her. Well, 9 months ago, Holly and I got engaged. My dad asked if I plan on letting my mom know. I told him I didn't and I wouldn't be inviting her to the wedding. Well, I guess he took it upon himself to call my mom and inform her. And then they started talking. 3 months ago, I show up to my dad's and him and my mom are there. They sit me down and tell me that they've been dating. I called him dumb, pathetic, and reminded him of all the things my mom did to him. How she's probably only back because she's out of money and places to go. My mom tried to intervene and I told her to shut the F up. I told my dad that he can do whatever he wants, but I'm not going to sit by and support it. And we worked together to get him back, so I felt like he wasn't valuing himself or me. My mom has been trying to get an invite to the wedding, but I told my dad it's simple. Your invite is a solo invite with my mom. A +1 if you bring any other human being. My dad is distraught according to relatives because he feels like he has to choose between his only kid and his wife. I told my dad that it was going to be like this from now on. Any holiday would be a solo invite. I wouldn't be bringing any grandkids around his house if my mom was there. So he needed to think carefully. My mom's side of the family has started trashing me. I told them if they couldn't understand my position, then they better not show up either. So I uninvited all the relatives that were giving me shit on my mom's side. My fiance is totally understanding, but we want to make sure we're doing the right thing. So am I the asshole? Am I wrong for claiming that my sister-in-law is dressing inappropriately? My sister-in-law is my younger brother's fiance and soon-to-be wife. Both her and my brother are 26. I met her when she was 18 and she first started dating my brother and we've had a pretty good relationship. Since then, she's been wearing a lot of revealing outfits. At first, I wouldn't comment on it, but as my brother's relationship with her got serious, my parents and I believed we should tell my brother to tell her to dress more appropriately. I didn't know you were marrying her. I thought your brother was, so if he's okay with that, you should be too. Whenever we bring it up to my brother, he'd get mad and told us to mind our business. Once they got engaged, we believed that finally she'd be more serious and look out for her image as she's supposed to be a wife soon enough and later a mother. What? Oh my god. We were wrong. She didn't only not start dressing more appropriately, but she got worse. Whenever we'd bring it up to my brother, he'd tell us that we can't police what she wears, and he just couldn't understand how it's disrespectful of her. To be honest, she didn't dress in revealing outfits in family gatherings, like Christmas or Thanksgiving, but she wears those outfits on her birthday or my brother's birthday whenever they hang out alone or with friends. What? Again? Why do you care? Why do you care? Like, you're reaching, yo. My brother's birthday was last week and we were invited to his party. Before that, my parents and I agreed that if she dressed inappropriately again, I'll call her out because my brother is spineless and won't ever do that. Oh, you dumb piece of shit. Like, it's not your wife, it's not your problem. Like, why do you care? She's a grown-ass human being. She's an adult. She can wear whatever she wants. Why? Why do you care? Why do you care? Tell me, why do you care? As always, she was dressed inappropriately. She wore some skin-tight pants and a crop top that looked like a bra. I took her aside and told her that she should start behaving like a seriously engaged woman because that's not a look a woman in a committed relationship should have. Since it's disrespectful towards my brother, but also us. See, that statement right there is saying that she is dressing strictly to appeal the opposite sex. box. That because now that you've already gotten a man, you can't dress freely of how you want. That's exactly what that statement means. Like, hey, now you got him, you're gonna get married, you need to tone it down on how you dress because there's no need for you to show off anymore. That's what I translated that sentence into. She cursed me out and then told my brother, who also cursed me out, and kicked me and our parents out of the party. Friends and relatives who were at the party agreed with me and said that she's dressing inappropriately, but that I also crossed the line and should keep my opinion to myself. My brother's friends, on the other hand, apparently all believe I'm the asshole and that it's none of my business how sister-in-law dresses. So, am I the asshole? Yes, 110%. You, none of your business. Am I wrong for expecting my girlfriend to pay for my birthday dinner? The birthday person never pays for their own meal, just putting that out there. This birthday was the first that I have celebrated with my girlfriend. We have been dating for 7 months now. For my birthday, we had planned to go to a pretty nice restaurant. She didn't get me any presents or surprises. I won't complain about that though. I enjoy presents, but understand that some people just don't care to give them. Because of this, and since it was my birthday, I expected her to pay for my meal. I almost always pay for her meal, so I figured for this occasion that it would be flipped. We go to the restaurant and ordered our meals. The waiter finally asked if this was going to be together or separate. Before I could say anything, she blurted it out together. I assumed that this meant that she was going to be paying for both of us. I smiled. Oh my god, I feel so bad. I feel bad for him. I smiled and we then had a nice dinner. When the check came, it sat closer to me. I left it there for a few seconds expecting her to grab it. She never did and instead got on her phone. I got it and put my card in and paid for both of us. I was a little confused and kind of sad, but I didn't want to say anything yet. When we were on our ride home, I asked her what my surprise was going to be. If she says some tacky shit like, my present is a present, am I not enough for you? I'm going to rip my hair out. She said, it was a nice dinner that we just had. I was like, yes, it was nice, but I paid for it. I didn't know that counted as a surprise. She said, well, yeah, it was because normally I wouldn't want that, so letting us go there was a surprise. I explained to her how hurt I was that she didn't do anything else and how I had to pay for both of us on my birthday. She told me to get over it and that I'm not a kid anymore. She said that I was being rude for even bringing that up. I think, actually, no, I disagree. I think good for you for being able to bring that up and like not stow it down. Now you know that she's a complete bitch. So, was I being rude and an asshole for expecting her to pay and bringing that up? Am I wrong for making a joke about my brother's divorce? My wife, Elle, and I have been married for a year now. Back in the day, Elle worked as a sports model. Her job required her to meet a very rigid beauty standard and look a certain way. She was always on a strict diet and was severely underweight. Since then, she's gained a healthy amount of weight and muscle and is much happier. My brother Chris is wealthy, like extremely wealthy. He's done well for himself and seems happy about where he is in life. He just got out of a nasty divorce with his ex-wife and has asked to stay with me for a few weeks as he moves into his new place. Chris, to put it simply, has a type. He believes that every woman should subscribe to his type. Any woman who doesn't fit his preference is automatically ugly and unlovable. He wants all women to conform to his standards, hell or high water. 2 days ago, Chris found some of Elle's old magazine covers and commented on how beautiful she was back then. It's a harmless comment, sure, but he kept bringing up how much she's let herself go. I mean, kept bringing it up. Elle goes for a run every evening, and as she was heading out the door, Chris told her to run fast enough to lose all the I gotta read it again. Run fast enough to lose all the flabby bits. She rolled her eyes and laughed it off, but I told him to shut up. The next day when Elle went to the gym, he told her to make sure to return to her old figure. Again, I told him to shut up and stop fixating on my wife's body. Despite all of his comments, Elle is a little unfazed by all of it. She says that she's used to it. By the end of the day, I was completely exhausted from listening to him. I was at my end, but Elle again brushed him off with a smile and with a laugh. When Elle served him food, he made a joke about paying for her tummy tuck so that I can marry the right version of Elle. The right version being the skinnier version of her. That comment set me off. I told him that his wife married the wrong version of him and to pack his shit and leave my house. He did not take kindly to this and complained about how insensitive I was to his situation and how I made a low blow. He eventually left, but Elle tells me that I could have kicked him out without the comment. So, am I the asshole? Am I wrong for trying to talk my friend out of taking a paternity test? My friend Nick and his wife Jessie just had a baby. I'm close friends with both of them. The baby looks just like Nick. There's no question they are related. One of Nick's friends is a bit of a weird guy and he brainwashed Nick into wanting to take a paternity test. Nick asked my advice on how to bring up this topic with his wife Jess. You don't, you psycho. I was shocked. I thought the relationship was good and they trusted each other, and the baby looks just like Nick. I started asking Nick questions as to why he thinks Jess cheated. What did she do that made him suspicious? He admitted that she didn't do anything, but he needs the test to be certain. So I told Nick that it's a bad idea and could really hurt Jess. She had an extremely traumatic birth, the baby was huge, she didn't get an epidural, and everything ripped. I think she might even have postpartum depression. What she needs is support and love, and not accusations of cheating. He kept saying that he needs this to be certain and his wife should be understanding. So I asked him how he would feel if his wife asked for a paternity test for him and Anna's, his female best friend's, baby who was born last year. He said he would be really disappointed in Jess and it would make him rethink their entire relationship, possibly even break them up. He said it's different because Jess doesn't have to spend money on and raise Anna's baby, thinking it's hers when it might not be. Nick is now mad at me for not supporting and helping him. He says that I'm a woman and I can never understand how it is to the father and I'm not even trying to understand it. which is partially true. But I can say the same thing about him, that he is not even trying to understand how it is to be the mother to be basically accused of cheating after such a traumatic birth. So did I step over a line? Am I the asshole? Oh my god, this guy's gonna get his ass kicked, because that's what I would do.